Well, hello again. I hope everyone is keeping safe and well. I'm okay here. We are only in tier 1 here, so I've got no many restrictions. But anyway, let's get back to the point. Changing a CV can make all the difference. Now, when we buy our logos, if you've got the decoder already in, or you put the decoder in yourself, there are two or there's three you actually normally would change. One is your ID number, the other is acceleration and deceleration. So what we've got is, if you look at the Gadwell there, which is a TTS train, the acceleration and deceleration, which is number 3 and number 4 CVs, do not go below 15, sorry about that, else you will lose your sounds. But I don't, a lot of my little trains, and I put them at 5, so they go off pretty quick. The thing is, with what happens is if you put this off at cruise, I've altered the actual settings for this one for the time being, but I can put this off at cruise. This will go off like a bullet around there, and you don't want that with your locos. So what I've actually done is that particular train there has been reset. This one is set already, and this one is at normal. So this is at 5 on the deceleration and 5 on the acceleration. So what I shall actually do, I will actually show you these in demonstration first. So first of all, I've only got these 3 up at the moment. As I said before, I can actually change this by changing this. I can go to all and put them all in, or I can actually put them whatever I want. So I'll go back to demo, which is just the 3, because these are the 3 I'm going to be using today. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my voice on. It's easier for me to operate this way around.
Voice control ready.
Packet. Forward. Speed 40. Now watch this. Speed 0. You see how quick it goes off. Reverse. Speed 40. Speed 0. I'll just stop him there just so it's in view. So that is it's set at 5. So what it is, they are speed steps. So basically, after about 5 seconds, this thing will go full speed. So if I'd got that set on cruise at 60, after about 5 seconds, that'll go off like a bullet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off. We're going to put it on, which is my test track, which is basically is a lump of wood with a piece of track on. Some people put them on as just a section there in their railway, but I do this because I use this downstairs more so than I do upstairs. So what we do now, first of all, just knock that bit off for now. What we're going to do is we go to the train settings. You've seen how it goes. So what we do is do this. This always takes the time. I have been doing 1 or 2 more hours, just done another one in Belfast, a big one. I've got 1 or 2 more questions to answer to some people, but they've got to contact me. I've already said yes, I'll do it, but they haven't contacted me back at this present time, so I'm still waiting. But if anybody wants me, I'm always here, as I've told you before. This does take time. This is like watching paint dry. Do this bit. This is why I don't normally do this too often in a video. It takes too long. Get there in a second. It sounds like the rain's coming down again in buckets. I was going to wash the car, but never mind. So what we've got now is, if I now find the packet, there it is, packet NCB. I've already done this before, so it'll come up pretty quick. There it is. We go to the CV settings. Now, as you can see, it's already set. I know about the chip. So it's already been set already. That's the ID number. That's the acceleration at 5, deceleration at 5, and those are the main ones we use. So what I'm going to do is take this one out. And we're putting in $40. We now rewrite it. It's now writing it. That's it, it's done. So we just click out of there, we click that, and we click this. You can tell when it's done it because your screen will change like that. So right, we're back into this one again.
Rail Master voice control ready.
Packet. Packet. Here we go. Forward. I've lost it. Where's the train gone? Oh, it's there. I thought, well, I lost my train then. So we take it off there now, and we put it on the track here now. Speed 40. Look at that, that's how slow it builds up. And it'll build up and build up and build up. This is ideal for your layouts, especially coming off a station from that. It gives a bit more. I'll just go a bit more minutes to go faster. Don't it? Speed 0. Reverse. Speed 40. It slowly starts off. This gives your locos a bit more realism. Speed 0. I'll let it build up to its speed there. So what I'm just going to do is just going to take that off for a second. Right, it's off the road. Right, now then, what I've done with these two particular ones here is that that has been set to 40 on CB3, and that one I've actually put it back, but it's set at its normal decoder setting, which is 120, and you see the difference those two make. Now, as I said before, with this you can actually, I have to do this I'm afraid with this class 29. Don't know why it does it. All the rest of them I can go by voice, but the startup on this thing I cannot do. So what we'll do is we'll do the gad roll first. Gad roll. Forward. Sound on. Now if it's set at 40, remember. Now this is, if I now say speed 60, speed 60, speed 60. That's the difference it makes. it takes about half a track on mine to get up to full speed. So I'll just do a bit more, just show again. Speed 10. So we're stopping as normal, going back to speed 60. That looks more realistic than having it go off like a bullet. Speed 0. Just let that one sit down there for a minute. Sound off. We'll do the class 29 now. Just this one. Lights on.
Function not supported.
Class 29. Forward. Lights on. I'll put the cab on. Cab on. Cab on. Just so you can see it. So this is now, if I say speed 60. Speed 60. Now this has got some more wagons which I've had from Steve, which are these cement wagons. I've had 4 of them off him, quite cheap. And those are some more I've got there. This is pulling ore wagons, so when you really think, this is what a train would look like with ore wagons on, because of the weight it's got in it. So it looks more realistic. And of course, this 29, this Dapple, is absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful model. You see it's building up, and it'll take it to just a bit further now. You'll see it now start to pick up a bit more. Well, it takes nearly a lap for that to pick up to its full speed. Do it again. Speed 10. Speed 10. Speed 10. Speed 10. So I don't got the mic switched on. Speed 60. You see, although it's not as a standing start, it actually still takes time for it to build up. That looks more realistic on a railway than having a train to just go off like a bullet. But just by changing that CV3, you can adjust it. Experiment yourselves. Speed 0. Forward. Speed 0. See, these little wagons I had off Steve are actually beautiful. I actually had these from Steve. I had these from Steve as well, and I bought these offline, which are little bolt things you can put into them. So it looks quite a nice unit now, that does. But that's the main thing. It also is on, if you've got TTS trains, it's 161 to 175. You can change the volume of your different sounds. If you've got one whistle which is higher than another one, you can alter them. So they're quite good from that point of view. But I say, so the thing is, the higher the number, the longer it takes. So on deceleration, I've got it at 5. If I set it at 15 or 20, it could take off this to go round. Now, when I'm doing some of my programs, I've got them set at 5, which is a lot easier to control the train for stopping to do the next bit. So that is the main part about it. So if anybody wants to have an experiment with this, so say I did quite a few of my locos at CB3 at 40, and especially the sound, the steam ones. The steam ones sound brilliant like that because they do quite well out of it. So as I say, if I just Gadwell, sound on, sound on. Forward, speed 60, speed 60. As you can see, look, even from a zero standing, it just starts to build up, and that's set at 40. That's just on my layout, it's quite nice, that is, because mine's not very big. Speed 0. Speed 0. So, as I say, I've got my layouts. You see, it's 6 foot that way and 8 foot that way. So basically, this is 6 by 4. This section here is. So they run about right. But also, is that when I do my locos, when I first have them, in one sense, is just get round here a minute. Is what I do with mine is when I'm setting the shunt and the cruise, what I actually would do, such as the Gadwell here, I will actually slide this up and see what, more so as the top speed, and see what I would put this at, is at a good speed which looks right, and that's the major thing, is that what the train looks like going around the layout. So this is the thing with the Railmaster, the CVs are quite, you can actually see all your CVs so you can see what they're doing. This particular one, this has got, when you print it out, there's 500 CVs in this thing. Some of them on mapping and stuff like that, I haven't got a clue what that is. But everybody to their own. It seems a railway. As I was talking to a chap a while ago. One thing is where you have your layout is one of the first parts, and the second part is what you can afford. I'm a pensioner, so I can only afford so much. So you just have to build it up. But anyway, I'm going on. I'm wittering on. So if anybody wants me at any time, I'm on 01782 302194. My email address is there, and please call me. Now, one of the things, if you've got a problem, is what I've said before, is get TeamViewer onto your railway first before you call me, because I can then link to your computer and set up in minutes. I had a chap a while ago, we got 3 trains going around like a bullet. It took me 10 minutes just to sort them out, that's all. Where you could be just tearing your hair out for a week, 2 weeks to figure out why it doesn't do it. So always contact me. I'm always here. I'm never away from here, and I'll be glad to hear from you, and I will see you again soon. Please subscribe. Thank you.